Podsgiving. We've got
Hey.
Wally and Rus. And it took like 3.5 years, but I figured out where to point to get to each one. So that was pure luck.
Here's a story.
Oh, wait. Let's get every camera in, and then we'll do that.
Oh, my gosh.
There we
Ooh,
go.
all of
Of a
them.
man named Wally who forgot to bring his waffles to the show.
Which way? Okay, I should look this way.
And then down and then up.
Where's Tiger?
Right? I'm excited. We all have waffles. Some are better than others. We have stuff for our animals. I'm going to give my tray of food. I'm going to let you guys know what's in it first. And then I'm going to give my tray of food here, which you'll see and hopefully appreciate that is a waffle shape. Let's see if we can get it on there. And my Thundercats mouse pad. Yes. And the thousands of cords. Okay, so we have bloodworms, frozen mice shrimp. We have honey. Oh, no, sorry. That's syrup. Honey. Bee pollen, mixed fruit jelly, which hasn't been a big hit in the past. We have the Mountain Dew from last week or a couple weeks ago, actually. We have caramel apple cream soda, and I'm missing something. No, I think that's it. So we're going to see which one's more popular. I don't remember which is which, because once it gets covered with ants, it's going to be a hot mess. But we'll see which one has the most activity.
So right now, if you were asked to, which ones of those would you eat and which ones would you not eat? Like right now, okay, you have to eat them all. Which ones would you eat and which ones wouldn't you?
I would, if I get 2 more Patreons and 50 more viewers, 50 more subs. We hit 450 today, guys. Some lady named Jane. Jane something. Sometimes it tells me who subscribes, sometimes it doesn't. But we get 50 more viewers or subs. And what did I say? Something else. I don't know. 4 more patrons. 4 more patrons. $1 a month, guys. Come on. I'll eat this whole thing. I'll put this in a shot glass and boom.
Including the plastic, right? The rubber or whatever.
Oh, no. I have enough problems. We got a lot of great people here already. People I haven't seen in forever. Guy Bob. Oh, my God. Item 13. Frank, obviously. Brendan's here. He's in the middle of a move, I think. IR Thumper. ISO Happy, Isopods, and Isopod Chow. Emily Wilson. Who else here? Menagerie's here. Laura Taylor. Katie DeJonia. Adam. The first man is here. Domestic Dinos. A lot of new faces for me. Miles is back. Julie Moore. Who else do I see here that I don't know? Springtails US. Ryan is here.
Ryan's here, yeah. Red
Queen Exotics. Oh, Wally Kern tuned in. That's awesome. Wait a minute. Isopods and more. All right, now I'm going to feed. I'm going to turn on the Sheila cam. We're going to put her big time, and then I'm going to put that over there. Oh, hey, Russ.
There I am.
I'm going to give her waffle, and then we'll see what happens. So, guys, we're going to be popping in and out. Everybody's got an animal cam or a kitchen cam, so we'll be popping those in and out as appropriate. So here come the ants. Oh, and the camera's like literally in the tank, so you'll see some ants. Like the old days, you'll see some go over the camera from time to time. Give me a second.
This is a really interesting perspective, especially when you have the ants crawling up the legs on the tripod. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, she's mad.
I just saw Amy. Hi, Amy.
Real mad. Okay. Woo, woo.
We have a lot of people in the chat here.
Oh my gosh.
27 so far. Pretty sweet.
Woo.
Okay. All right.
Oh, look at that. Already going after it. Didn't take them long, did it? I can't tell if that's the mysis. I think that's the mysis strip, maybe.
All right.
Now they're crawling on the screen.
I can kind of hear her over there. Oh, that didn't work. Let's see.
I think that twig is causing trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to suck. Okay. Off you go. Come on.
Domestic dinos.
Oh, these are Camponotus ants, right? I believe so. I think they're Camponotus. We can ask guys. We can ask Josh when he gets back. But
yeah. This will be interesting to see which one they go to most.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to start eating and go out, and then all of a sudden it'll be just like a feeding frenzy.
Oh, like this, the scouts go tell everybody else to come do the collection.
All right, that's better.
Yeah.
Looks like they're really going after the mysis shrimp already.
Oh, come on.
Looks tasty. They must be protein hungry right now.
Okay.
This is fascinating.
I'm wondering.
All right. That's about as good as it's going to get, folks.
Oh, that looks pretty good, though. You can see
Yeah.
all the food pretty much.
I can see all the cells. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Woo! I still have some on me. So,
Ants or food?
yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's time to crack my own syrup here. That sounded awful. I don't know why, but that sounded really suggestive and weird.
Only when you said it did.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show where we make
Wait, what did
everything
he say?
filthy. All right. We're pouring some syrup. I have my store-bought waffles ready to go. But I did fresh squeeze the syrup, so
Oh, there you go.
oh, you can see she's already at the protein. Like that's
Yeah.
always a big.
Now, someone was asking, are these are Camponotus genus ants, right?
They are, yes. Camponotus, Camponotus discolor.
This color, that's the species. I couldn't remember the species.
They're way easier to film because they're large. So
Yeah.
yeah, I got attacked kind of a lot while I was doing that. I don't know if you heard me yelling. So
No, actually.
no,
I don't
okay.
think so.
No. So do
look
they
at this.
bite or sting or?
So what they do is, say you have anything wrong with your cuticles, like I don't know, you can see I have a little hanging cuticle thing going on. So they'll find those areas and bite it, and then that's not a big deal. But then they have oh my god, I want to say citric acid. That's not it's formic acid
Formic
that
acid,
they
yeah.
squirt out of their bums into the bite. So these guys don't have a sting, but that majors can basically give you a little wound that they can kind of break skin. So their bite, you notice. These little ones, you don't really notice. These little girls, they don't really have a whole huge bite. But if they get into a spot where you have like, I don't know if you ever cut lemons while you had like a paper cut or a small cut on your fingers.
Oh, you're
That's
right.
the effect.
Pour lemon
Yeah.
juice in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially the same thing as lemon juice. Like you could use it. People use it, use them as a seasoning in some countries, and they taste like citrus.
Yeah, I've tasted formic acid before from ants. It's flavorful.
It's citrusy. Yeah, I've had some too. Tonight, my little treat is the soda. This is Hank's caramel apple cream soda.
That sounds pretty awesome, I gotta say.
It smells so good.
I bet
I haven't tried it yet, but it smells so good.
That sounds like the very first one that I would actually taste on your show. Of all the drinks that you've had on your show, that's probably the one that I would taste.
I would recommend it. This is probably the first one I would recommend. So some are definitely worse than others. But this one, I started getting them from Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel has all kinds of weird sodas. So we're going to do a whole series of Cracker Barrel. 34 in the chat. 36, 35. They're popping it out. Oh, Coral's here. Beetle Guy's here, of course, thankfully.
Don't say that 2 more times.
Carissa. Wendy. I don't know a Wendy. Do you guys know Wendy Nelson?
Yes, absolutely.
Look at that.
Yeah, we're doing well here, and we're just getting started.
Hey, if Frank didn't say it, guys, like spike. Let's do it. Let's hit the most likes I've ever had. Let's
I
do
just
it.
asked everybody to do the like spike. So,
If you haven't subbed, we're 50 away from 500. I can appreciate it.
oh, there's Beetle Guy, Wanderlust Farm.
Oh, Wanderlust Farm.
Wanderlust Farm actually lives local to me. We've met in person a couple times.
Ampersand do some things. That's a name.
Person that does things. Yeah, I remember a person that does things.
I could not figure out. I got the does things at the end, but I could not figure out what the rest was. Awesome. Got a question, please. Just want an opinion. There's a certain ice pod we want, but currently listed at 400 for 6. Not an option. Roughly how long until price is more possible? Julie, I'm going to say a year. From 400 for 6, I'm going to say a year. Yeah, guys?
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
And by reasonable, I mean 300 for 6 or 250 for 6. Like, it's not going to come down that much.
It does depend also on the reproductive rate of the isopod. Because if you get something that's slow and steady, like rubber duckies where they have like 6 at a time, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
If you have something that's 25 to 50 at a time, it'll be faster.
That's true. But it's going to be a minute. If they're 400 for 6 right now, it's going to be a while before. I don't know what your reasonable is, but that's unreasonable for me. Just
a
my
6
budget.
count is unreasonable too, right? A 6 count. Why 6 count? Come on.
Yeah, man. Why 6 count?
6 counts.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it would be 800 for 12 or 10 plus 1 or whatever, 10 plus. But yeah, 6 count. Thank you guys. 6 counts are.
Yeah.
If
Not
you
a
can
fan.
avoid 6 counts, like just buy 2 6 counts, because you're not going to get the odds of you getting a feasible colony out of 6 is so low for $400. That's just give me $400 through Patreon, and you'll have more value.
There you go.
I'm just saying, or subscribe for $1 for 400 months. That's good.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll be here, so in some form. What does agree? Good. Yeah, everybody's on board with the put a stop to 6 counts.
Yeah,
I would love to, Emily. I would love to, but I get it.
Yeah.
I kind of get
sounds
it.
like a hashtag. That needs to be a hashtag.
Yes. Let's start hashtagging all our Instagrams and everything with put a stop to 6 counts.
Let's call it No Mo 6 Co. There we go. Put a stop to 6 counts. I like this hashtag. We could put that in the description.
I tell you, I am fascinated with these ants. I really am.
Yeah.
This is incredible. When you first put it in there, they were scrambling, and now it's like they focus.
It's organized now. There was chaos because there's a nest. This is a rotted log that I found that is attached to the wall of the tank. It didn't work as well as I wanted it to, but they have burrowed into it. So this is like a satellite nest for them. The main nest is still in the 30-gallon. But so this is on top of a nest. So they came out angry, right? Anything that goes on there, they come out angry. But yeah, they're organized now. They're ready to. Oh, what do we got here? The syrup is a big one. Okay,
And
the honey.
mysis shrimp. Isn't that the mysis shrimp they're really munching on too?
They're going after the mysis shrimp. The bee pollen has had no action. Oh, there we go. Somebody's checking it out. The bee pollen's had no action, which I'm not surprised. It looks like the Mountain Dew is getting some affection, and the cream soda is getting a lot here. That's on that. I'm pointing at it. It's next to the bloodworms.
They have good taste. I would totally go after the cream soda first too.
Right? So when I feed, so there's a paludarium, right? They have a fish in the bottom of the tank. So when I feed the fish, they'll come down to the water level and eat whatever food floats to. Yeah. So when I feed frozen, I have a ring in there that sits in the middle that's anchored to the bottom of the tank. It's not attached to any walls. And that's where I put frozen. But if it comes out at all, if the fish, like the giant Danios, tend to move it, they'll start hauling it out of there. They will find it and just start hauling those frozen items out of there. So, because those go right to the pupa and the queen.
Catch Adam's comment there.
Where's Adam? I'm genuinely curious about what the appeal of ants is. I mean, look at it, Adam. I mean, if you don't get it, you don't get it. I understand.
Yeah.
But this is the appeal right here. Like watching them feed, watching their natural. If you don't know, so this is a 100-gallon paludarium that you're looking at. I'm pointing all over the room. There's a 100-gallon paludarium right here. It's attached through my ceiling through what I call the canopy, right? So then a string goes down into their original 30-gallon, which is right here. So, and this was the creme de la creme when it was built. This took me like 4 months, I think, to build, of wood carving mostly. But yeah, there's plenty of good reasons to have ants. Not many people have a setup like this at all. But if you can, or you can do a really small setup too. I'm working on one for, they're going to be in a Lego enclosure. I'm working on one now. So, ant allergy. Oh God, is that the stinging ants like the Pogonomyrmex? That's got to be the stingers, right? You can't really, unless you're allergic to formic acid. That would be weird. Hashtag 6 sucks. Nice one, Beetle.
There's so many cool hashtags that people are coming up with. It's awesome.
Yes.
Item 13. Yeah, occasionally they'll fall off of the vine or the canopy thing, but it's like 1 or 2 at a time. They used to fall off a lot more when it was like directly over my head. So I don't know if anybody remembers that, but yeah, they'd have an escape and they would be all over the camera sometimes. Emily 3D prints ant stuff. I'll have to get your email, Emily. That would be cool to see. You don't want them in your house because you're paranoid they'd get out. Yeah, keep a small colony. You don't need a big one. Petroleum jelly works. Petroleum jelly is probably the worst. I would say ant barrier, because eventually they don't care. They'll put stuff on it. They'll literally come together and put little pieces of sand or dirt on it and make a track that they can get over. So, yeah, that's a thing. Right now I have talcum powder and alcohol. You can see it here. You can see it all in here. So this is the barrier that I use.
Have you ever tried or do people in the ant community use the food grade silicone grease?
Not that I know of. There's a chemical called Fluon, which is basically a Teflon derivative that they use. Yeah, that one I think is harder. For me, it's harder to see if it's degraded. The talcum powder is kind of clunky and it looks bad, but I can see where it's degraded and where I need to repair it. So it's easier that way. I did use the Fluon for a while. It's on my open top isopod bins to keep the ants out. Because when they do get out, if they have an escape, they go straight to the isopod bins or the tarantula bin that I have. Her thing has the Fluon around it too, because when I first got her, I had an escape and they went right there and just were harassing the crap out of her. So it was bad. It was bad. So I experienced urticating hairs, I think, for the first time.
Ooh,
so
fun.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I opened it up. I was like, "Oh, it's dusty in here." Oh no, don't breathe.
Oh,
it was bad.
Yeah, that can be bad news.
But the escapes. What was that?
Is the talcum and alcohol? Does that dry? Dry.
Yeah. So
it's not like a jelly.
No, it's basically I take actual alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, mix it with talcum powder, baby powder, until it's like a thick paste, kind of. The only issue I have now is if I do take it off to replace it, like on the 100 gallon, it's over water. So obviously I don't want a bunch of talcum powder in the water, right? So that's been a challenge. I use a wet cloth instead of what I normally use. But then you take a cotton ball and you dunk it in there real good. I like it pretty thick. Some people do a really thin barrier, and I don't like that myself. But then you just go around that edge that you want, and it works really, really well. With a tank, my suggestions, if you do a tank, not many people do, because, again, they don't want them to escape. You have to kind of scrape off that top little couple inches of silicone in the corners of your tank. You have to get that off because the mix won't really stick there. In my experience, it won't really stick there well. That will be where they escape. If they do, that's it. Team EpiPen. Watching them problem solve is really cool. I've set them up some kinds of, like, not puzzles really, but challenges, and it's shocking how fast they just go, nope, this isn't a problem for me.
Yeah. Super organized.
Oh, Argentine ants suck. Yeah. That's those little tiny. They're these little tiny ants. They invade everything, and they're insane. Like, you can't get rid of them. They're awful. Yeah, you have to go like DEFCON 4 on them and just scorched earth.
We had those in Hawaii, and it was impossible to get rid of them.
Oh.
Yeah, they're a hot mess. So now Rus, I'm going to switch Sheila off, give her some privacy. She is really going out. It's getting hard to see some of these cells here. That's good.
Yeah.
We're going to pull her out, give her a break, and then Rus, you're going to feed some stuff, aren't you?
Yeah. I can feed two of my young garters. We have one of my red-sided garters and an eastern flame garter, both young ones. They're my only ones that are still eating because the other ones are going down to cremation pretty soon.
Ignore the man behind the curtain. Oh, here we go. Ignore me. Ignore me.
And they are eating freshly chopped nightcrawler.
I wouldn't eat that. Maybe for 100 subs. But
we'll see if they go after
100 subs.
Oh, yeah. I think Tiny smells it. She does.
She does. Tiny is the one that we can see, right? The red?
Yeah. She's the one
gorgeous.
She is.
They both smell it.
Yeah. We'll see who gets there first. Ember is the name of the little flame garter who hasn't got her color yet, really, but she will develop color later.
Dino, I have not done harvester ants, but they are pretty common to do. That red. I mean, this isn't even a great camera shot, and that red is so nice on there.
Yeah, she's a really nice one. She's our only holdback that I've done out of the 4 clutches of babies we've had. She's the only holdback. But she looks.
Wow.
We did a show Sunday, big sign, Supreme Gecko, table full of geckos, and we had 2 people. 2 people. Do you have any garter snakes?
Really
Yes.
interesting. It seems like at the shows here, I've never sold garters at the shows, but one of my friends does, and he says at the shows they don't get the love. But what he does, he just brings them to the show anyway, and then sells them online, and he sells them fine. He doesn't ever have a problem. That's what I do too. I sell them online.
I went through at NARBC. I finally found there's not really many garter snakes there, but I found a distributor who had like, I don't even know how many different morphs or types. It was pretty wild.
Oh yeah, there's some. Wanderlust Farm was asking if I feed the garter babies through the winter. Typically, I will feed the babies through the winter, and just once they get old enough, I start having them brumate if I'm going to breed them, because I just want them to put on a little size.
This is crazy. There's a lot
And they're usually interested in eating when they're young. When they get older, they don't want to, and so there's no point in trying to keep them eating.
Florida blue garter. What?
What's their favorite food, Russ?
What's their favorite food? They really do like chopped earthworms. They love live guppies. Probably a toss-up between those two. They're really good with pinkies, though, but it usually takes a while to get them switched on to pinkies. But they'll go for earthworms and live guppies like right away.
How do they do with the reptilings?
They like the reptilings too.
Okay.
All of my adult trio that I started with, I need to get some more reptilings because they loved them. I just haven't had them for a while, but I need to get some more.
Now you can tell the intense like focus they have with hunting. You can tell how good they are.
Yeah. Part of the problem is I will often tongue feed them, and they're, it's a little easier for them to figure it out. Or I won't feed them the food by hand, but I'll hold them in my hand as I feed them.
So they're spoiled.
So they're a little spoiled, but they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
It's so funny. They're just going around. He's not going to get out, is he? Or she?
I will watch her because she will if I don't.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Russ got musked before the show, so they're a little feisty.
The babies are a little feisty. My adults are like puppies, but when they're babies, it sometimes takes them a while.
Is there any need to brumate garters if you're not trying to breed them?
No, you don't need to. It may improve their lifespan. There's some research that with some snake species, it actually improves their lifespan. But
I see that.
But you don't need to. I mean, it's not going to really harm them, with the possible exception of shortening their life a bit. But you don't need to if you're not breeding them. You don't even need to breed them, honestly. But it does improve their fertility.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, because some of the we're finding out some of the isopods too, like a cool period.
Yeah.
Well, some people are getting better results. Oh,
right.
Well, somebody's figuring it out.
She's figuring it out. Here she goes.
Close.
Here she goes.
How much syrup did you use on these worms?
Just about half a teaspoon. I didn't want to overdo
it. That's why they're not eating. Snakes aren't really. Oh, there we go.
She's excited about that.
Well, now I have to get a garter snake. I didn't know you could just feed them like chopped worms and stuff. Yeah. So
their staple food I give them is chopped pinkies, and then when they get older, whole pinkies, and then when they get bigger and older, like my adult female, she'll take medium mice. I'll give her like 3 medium mice or a quail and a mouse or something, and she'll take all those.
Oh wow! Okay.
Like whole. So, because she's big, she's almost a 4-foot garter. So.
Wow.
How many in total do you have right now?
Garters?
Yeah.
I think 13. One's on breeding loan from Don's Garter Snakes, so it's not actually mine, but I think I've got 13 garters right now.
That's good. Keep the genetics fresh.
Yep.
Yeah. We have enough between the two of us. We have enough genes that we could be going for quite a few years.
That's
with
awesome.
At least some of the species we're working with,
Did you say that you do feed them fish?
I do. Yeah, I give them. You can get the frozen silver sides that are thiamnase free at Petco, and I'll give them those. And then I breed guppies, and I'll give them those too.
See, I need to get that too. I want to turn this rack over here into just feeder stuff like worms, worms and guppies and scuds and all the the aquatic, semi-aquatic feeders that I want. Don't you even think about it. Don't you even think about it.
It looks like Tiny might take all the food before Ember even figures this out.
Tiny figured it out real quick.
She's a little bit of a pig too, so we'll see. Most garters are, but Ember usually does fairly well. She's starting to get a little more chunky. She was really tiny when we first got her.
Is this one that? Yeah, I know. I yelled at you. I'm sorry. He was about to jump on my new tank, on top of the new tank, and knock a bunch of things over. So he got yelled at. I was looking to see where's my misting thing. Where's my misting bucket? Water.
Magnificent animals, yeah. If you're offering mammals and fish, you're giving them dietary components. Yeah, like Steve was saying, worms don't have all that much calcium, and they grow faster when you give them pinkies than when you give them just straight worms.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, and welcome, magnificent animals. I don't think I saw you come in. Sneaky. Alan Gion's here too.
Yeah.
Awesome. They only feed their garters chopped worms.
Kind of jealous of those of you who are not colorblind and can see Tiny's red color so easily in this shot. I can't see her in the shot. I can see her in real life, but in the camera I don't see it at all.
I mean, it's not like vibrant, but it's definitely red. Yeah. Like I'm used to the northern Illinois garters, and they're just such a dark green. With that yellow, the yellow lines they really stand out.
Yeah.
And I've been catching snakes my whole life in the yard, and it's so funny to watch me try to chase them because these guys, you wouldn't think they'd be camouflaged with this bright yellow stripe, but and I always aim after the snake is gone. Like that's what they bank on, right? That you're going to aim for the tail, basically. Yeah. So when you go to reach for it, it's already gone. They already, because you can't tell. So,
exactly. Yeah,
that's really funny.
It is. It's an interesting way they count on you because it's sort of an optical illusion that forces you to focus where they've already been.
Right, because that stripe isn't moving. What you're looking at isn't moving until it's gone, and then it's already you're reaching for something that isn't there anymore. I like that you can see the humps in her sides where she's
swallowed
bits. Yeah. I went to point at my screen again, like you guys can see me.
Ember better get in there if you want to eat it all.
There's like one piece left.
Has Amber had any at all?
I don't think she's had any yet. And when I feed them, typically I make sure they both get food. I often feed Ember first because she's a little smaller, just to make sure she gets food. So it's not a big deal if she doesn't get much this time, but I'll make sure she gets plenty next time.
Do you have a schedule, a routine that you're switching through these foods with?
I just use pinkies as the main staple, and then just kind of randomly I'm going to do fish this time, or I'm going to do worms this time, just to kind of switch it up once in a while. It's not a tight schedule.
You don't have it on your calendar like the 3rd is worm day and the 15th is.
Right. I just let it be kind of random.
That's kind of I feel like that's a better policy because they're going to get it randomly, Not that we can emulate the wild on a lot of these guys, but that's something that they're
right. And I guess when I buy worms because I want to use them up fairly quickly, I'll feed them more frequently for a while I buy them, and then I won't buy them for a month or something. And
okay,
it gets random.
I started finding different foods for the newts, but they're very picky. Worms is like their favorite thing in the world, but waxworms, no. Have you tried frog's legs with your bigger snakes?
I haven't, because I don't have a ready source for them. I've heard you can get them at the grocery stores locally here sometimes, but I haven't ever seen them. Because if I had, I probably would. I do give them like chicken hearts sometimes. They love the chicken hearts.
Where would you get those? Where would you source those from?
Chicken hearts?
Yeah.
Just the grocery store. They just sell them super cheap because nobody really wants them. So you can get a whole bunch of them for like $1.50 and freeze them up, and then I just slice them up, and all my garters like them. Even my corn snake likes them.
If you take the chicken hearts, do you have to take the gizzards too? A lot of times they'll package everything in one package.
Together, right. The stores around here will do them separately. And you can actually feed them chicken gizzards too. They like those as well. They're not, neither one of those is good for a steady diet because they're not balanced. They're missing certain nutrients. I think they're deficient in vitamin D and definitely in calcium and things like that. So I just do it as an occasional thing. But.
Julie wants us to change the conversation away from gizzards and hearts.
The snakes are almost done. Should we move on to something else? Want to switch out?
Gizzards and hearts also make great stuffing, guys. So just so you know, put that in your stuff.
I want to see those ants again. I want to see how far they've gotten.
All right, let's take a look. Nope, I was going to do a spoiler here. Oh, there goes the critter cam.
Hey, Wonderlust Farms, when you say slugs, do you mean snails as well or just slugs? If you're looking for snails, Crazy Bugs and Pods has snails right now he's giving away. Oh, look at that. Crazy Bugs just jumped on.
Speak of the devil.
That's funny. Hit that like,
wow,
folks.
That's crazy.
Just jumps in and hit the like, folks.
Wow.
I think we have 37 likes and 38 people in the chat right now. Wow, that's a big number.
Let me see if I've liked the stream yet. I better if I haven't. Oh, I already did. Okay.
I bet you I haven't.
Thanks, Wally.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You know what's weird is I'm awful at liking videos. I have to go back all the time. And, oh, yeah, I got to hit like. Because I'm too into the video itself. I need to hit it immediately, you know. But who knows? Maybe somebody put out a crap video. Maybe you don't like it. Not enough to hit dislike. Do you guys have an issue with dislikes on your?
No, really.
I do. Here's a funny thing. I do on my shorts. I don't have a problem. I have a difference. So my long form, I'm right around the 90, high 90s. My shorts, I've had a couple short videos where I've been in the 80s. It's kind of different, right?
Interesting. Yeah.
But just something weird.
I should check my shorts and see if there's a different ratio too. Maybe that's a normal thing. Oh, Abby, just so you know, I'm breeding with a different male, an unrelated male this year. So if that helps.
If home is where the heart is, where the gizzard's kept. In the she shed. In the she shed. Oh, Moon is here.
That saying right above my desk.
Right above your desk.
Yeah, right up here.
Home is where the heart is, and the she shed is where the gizzards are.
Ooh. Yeah. Josh, you have a new patron.
What?
Item 13 is joining up.
Nice. I need to get some stamps. I have a lot of stuff to send out. Look at that. See? I'm telling you, I used to be a big unfan of Patreon, and I didn't get it, but I mean, if you're going to be here, or on Wally's thing, or on Russ's thing, there's a ton of content for every month. So if you're paying Disney to take your favorite shows off, what are you going to do? Like The Bad Guys? Have you guys seen the animated show, The Bad Guys, the movie?
No.
It's great. So they took it off. I was really mad. I'm a big animation fan, and it's like a new style. And it was really, really good. The story was fun, and my daughter's enamored with it because she asked me. So it's about the bad guys of main story. So you have the big bad wolf, you have a snake, a spider, a shark, and a piranha. I think that's everybody. And they're the bad guys, so everybody's afraid of them, right? So they do bad things because everybody assumes they're bad guys. So they just, okay, then I'm a bad guy. Well, they decide to be good. They change. And my daughter's she's 5. She's like, Daddy, is that possible? Can you be a bad guy and then be a good guy? And so not thinking, I tell her, yeah, Daddy used to be a bad guy. Now I'm a good guy, right? So I'm being honest with her, right? So I was like, no, Daddy used to be a bad guy. So my wife rolls her eyes why would you say that? So now she's telling friends at school. She's telling everybody she knows, yeah, my dad used to be a bad guy. So now when I meet friends at school, I have to explain this to 5-year-olds in front of their parents, and it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Don't cross me, 5-year-old.
Hi, Sierra Sunshine. Hi, Gambit. How are you doing?
Tesa Terrariums. Who's Gambit?
Gambit Geckos.
Oh, hey, I didn't see that. I must have scrolled past already. There's a chatty bunch tonight, and it's not just Frank.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a lot of people still here. We got 34 or 32. That's pretty good.
That's a good live stream. I mean, we have 3 of the biggest YouTubers in the hobby right here. So, I mean, I'm 6'4". I'm one of the biggest.
There you
YouTubers.
go. There you go.
So,
And I'm like 6'4" this way.
And I'm like not even close to 6'4". Either direction. I just got to say, either direction.
Either direction? No, you're kind of a fit guy, but no. Somehow you just don't look tall, Russ.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen you in perspective. Like when you're with Clint, you're always sitting down, so it's kind of even.
Yeah, well, I'm shorter than Clint. I'll tell you that.
I think Clint's like over 6'2", isn't he?
Probably. He's
As
probably somewhere around 6'2", I guess. Yeah.
Or I meant 6 foot as well, but he could
Well,
be over 6'2".
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I've never, we've never done a size up, so I don't know.
Right? Come on, we'll match up. That's fine. It's not important. What is this? The Northern? We're talking about blue tongue skinks now. Wally, are you gonna go make lunch or?
I didn't bring anything. Do you want me to make some, like, I don't know, some waffles or something?
You gotta put something together. I'm just going to town on my little waffles here. I just start doing it.
Yeah. Let me go make something.
Russ
Guys,
has his.
I don't even know how to cook toast or cereal, so I can do something right now if you want me to.
This should be awesome. Yes, if you
All right.
can.
Shoot me off this one. Put me back behind the curtain, and I'll be
All
back
right.
in a minute.
All right. Wally's got. This is totally unplanned, you guys. This is totally.
Mm.
All right, let's take Wally off. I was taking a bite. I had to wait for the syrup to drip off.
Oh, I embraced the Ross. Yeah. Kelly McGinnis. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciated the costume. It was fun. Bob Rus.
Bob Russ's. I'm so excited.
I got a kick out of that. That was super fun.
That was brought up, I think, your first appearance on my show. That's how I got you laughing backstage.
Yes.
So, I was very proud of that moment. That was one of the most proud moments of the show ever. So, because you're not a huge laugher, Russ.
On screen.
On screen, you're not a huge laugher. Like, you don't usually bust out laughing. So I had to get that moment immortalized. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Can you see me?
Wally.
Yeah, we can see you.
Am I live? Completely?
You're live.
I've got to turn on the light here. Hold on.
Okay. Am I live completely? I mean, I don't know. I'm not your doctor.
I mean, completely, like you can see the top of my head and everything.
There's like a foot over your head. Yes. We can see you really well.
Here's what I have. I have a plate, and I have some syrup, and I have a measuring cup and some ham. I have some isopod chow. I'm going to make waffles. I'm going to make waffles with isopod chow. Not only that, can you see this?
Is
I
it the
can see
bean
there's
beetles?
bugs in there.
Can you see that they're beetles?
I'm gonna bet they're bean beetles. Are they? No, those are big beetles. Are those darklings?
They're getting out.
Mealworm beetles? Peanut
Those are
beetles?
mealworm beetles. Can you see them really?
Kind of.
A little bit.
Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to make some waffles here. If I remember how to do this. Okay. Let's see if I can't open it.
Yeah, this might be the first. Oh, he's got to unseal the bag.
I have to unseal the bag.
Guys, I thought this was a goof. I still have the bag of brown sugar in the isopod chow bag over here.
Oh my gosh. This is a real bag of isopod chow. See, it's sealed really well. So talk amongst yourselves while I fiddle around here.
Okay.
Well, you need to get the Julia Child. So today,
The next step that we'll be taking.
perfect. You gotta slap that bird. So, what do you guys do? What do you guys do for Thanksgiving?
What do we do?
Yeah, what's your big deal for Thanksgiving? Like, here's the deal. Thanksgiving is my all-time favorite holiday. It probably always will be. It's not even close. Like Christmas isn't even close. I get so excited for Thanksgiving. Halloween is pretty solid, but Thanksgiving is where it's at.
Oh well, it is an awesome holiday. I got to say. I just do the main traditional thing: visit family. My parents live about an hour away, so
Okay.
And my wife's parents live about an hour and 45 minutes away. So we alternate years and go visit them, and everybody gets together. And I have a lot of siblings, and my wife has a pretty good number of siblings, not quite as many as I do. So we all get together and we eat, traditional foods and have fun.
That's so fantastic. That's what it's at. So this is why it's a superior holiday. One, you get to just gorge, right? Two, this is something that's like holy to me, is you get to break bread with people, right? You sit around, eat, talk, just have fun. And three, there's no timer. There's no like, oh guys, when we eat this, then we're gonna open presents, and then we're gonna ignore the kids for a while, hopefully, while they play with toys or whatever.
Okay, Beatles are going in. One got out. Hold on just a second.
Oh no!
Why not? Why not? Really?
Those were Beatles, guys. I thought he switched the cup for raisins. I didn't see that happen though. I was watching the cup, so
I don't know. Wally is pretty good at sleight of hand, so
he is,
it could
because
have happened.
I'm not that good. Am I doing this right?
I like that he pretends he's never used the waffle iron before. I have a feeling you've made these for Frank before.
Frank, this is day 8. I'm going to make you a waffle.
Day 8.
Day 8.
Did you do a test run, or do we even know? Is this possible? That
I have no idea. None.
So now the chow, I'm going to guess, is going to need a lot of syrup. So
I think it's going to need a lot of syrup to kill the flavor of those beetles. That's what I'm thinking.
possibly.
Benzoquinones are not easy to mask.
So did I pour too much waffle stuff in there?
I don't know. Is it
We'll
pumped
find
out
out.
the sides? Is it going out the sides?
The proof is in the waffle iron. We'll see.
I
Is
suggest
this going to be like a washing machine with too much suds?
it'll come out the sides. You'll know. You'll know quick on a waffle iron. Now, have you guys ever put a grilled cheese in the waffle iron?
I never have.
I don't think so.
I'm going to tell you right now. That's the jam. Like, take
That
a grilled
sounds
cheese,
good.
It does
whatever
sound
you
good.
want on it, put it in that waffle iron. So good.
We used to have those sandwich makers that are basically a waffle iron, but just they don't have the waffling, so that you can put a sandwich in there and press it down and seal the edges. I used to have that, and those were awesome.
We had one that was like for camping, I think, like hobo pies or whatever.
Yeah, where you fold it over and you have the wires.
Yeah.
Those are so good.
Keep that in mind for the future. What do we got here? If you follow the rest of the box mix recipe, he'll be fine. Though I use the term fine loosely here.
Hold on, let me check the recipe.
Tell us
Yeah, it
if
doesn't
you-
say anything about how long to cook it.
Yeah, I was looking at my bag too. I didn't even see that on the veggie one.
Special waffle direction.
cow.
Bottom of the sticker.
If that came out right, I'm thinking we got tricked.
Yeah,
I'd let
I
it
wouldn't
go.
blame you.
I'd let it go another couple seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
It's looking a little bit floppy.
It's a little floppy. I'm guessing, do you like them crispy or not? That's the question, I guess.
I like them kind of in the middle.
Okay.
I like them a little softer, so I'm going to let it go for another 10 seconds here. Make sure those beetles are cooked thoroughly. So what we try to do is make sure the beetles are cooked thoroughly.
You know, it'd be great is if they're hardy beetles. It'd be really great if one of them was just insulated enough that it's still moving. That would be awesome. What's on your waffle, Russ? What's on your waffle?
I've got yogurt and blueberry reduction.
Oh, man, you went legit.
That's something we do a lot around here, and I love it. It's good. Good stuff.
Wait, he's putting more waffle mix on.
Well, there was a beetle that didn't get in the mix, so we'll go with that.
Yeah. Chopped Wally
You
versus.
hear me to taste this?
I wish I was. I wish I was. So
Can we get a close up on that waffle, Wally?
yeah, we
I'm
need
going
to
to put a
close
little
up.
syrup, just enough. Let's see if we can get a close up.
That was not enough. You're gonna have to mask that flavor, bud, diabetes style.
Can you see this? I don't know if you can see the. Can you see that?
It's got some graininess to it.
I mean, you see it a little closer, maybe.
Still a little floppy, but that's all right. That's all
All
right.
right, all right. Let's see if I can get a beetle right in the middle here.
I want to watch
Then
that.
I'll take. This is like lava hot too.
Are you making these for the next show?
This is a one-time shot.
This is a one-time shot. All right. That says flaccid. That
I need something to drink here just in case.
Mysopods and more says or no, was it? IR Thumper said it's flaccid. Mysopods and more once.
This was not good.
This was not good. I was not thinking it was gonna be. Having actually eaten isopod chow, not my favorite. Not my favorite.
All right, I've got to get something to drink.
Yeah, you do. Kyle Zenny says that they like the vast canyon between Russ's waffles and the big waffle. Wally usually loads up a waffle with all sorts of bugs and bug chow and then eats it.
So this is a common thing?
Apparently Teza Terrariums thinks so.
I'm done. I'll go back up to the office.
That was it, huh? Nanette,
you can cut me off from down here.
Nanette, if you can hear me, leave that mess alone. That's Wally's mess. I'm surprised Nanette's not here.
Yeah.
How are the snakes doing?
The snakes? Let's see.
Oh wait, what is this?
I moved
This
them
is
over.
not snakes.
No, I got isopods are munching over here now.
What are they working on?
Let's see if I can get a little bit of a closer look at. I'm going to move the camera closer down. They are munching on waffle and dog food here.
Waffles and dog food.
Waffles and dog food. Say
Say what you will about isopods. I love the fact that if you run out of isopod food, you can throw literally whatever you have in the kitchen in there. Well,
Yeah.
while he's brushing his teeth.
Can you even see what's going on? Do I need to get closer in?
I can see some isopods running around in there. I don't see them. Oh no, there's some on some dog food. There they are.
Yeah, the waffles on the right and dog food on the left.
Okay.
But it's a little hard to see.
I mean, you can see them. There's pruinosis.
Yeah, prognosis.
Yeah, you can see them.
I wanted to see if I can get it closer in, it'd be better though, right?
Wally went to the bathroom to purge. I mean, I think we can see them okay. That's better.
Yeah. That's better. Okay.
The camera's so much better than mine. Oh my gosh.
I'll put some more light on it too. How's that?
Lights are always good. Well, not for the ice. Are these orange creams or Dalmatians?
These are the freckled gingers.
Freckled gingers, that's right.
Yeah.
So they have no soul. Okay. All right. That is a my kids somehow part ginger, so that I don't know how that happened, but our mailman is also ginger, but that freckled gingers. Russ and I were talking about the freckled gingers before the show, and I can't get over. I have given up keeping up with the morphs. I see the pictures and I'm like, oh, that's this, and that's this now. Come on. I don't know. I need to see macro pictures of these guys next to orange creams because
Well, they're very similar to orange creams. The idea is that when you isolate something separately from something that has a name, it is best to give it its own name because there may or may not be specific genetic characteristics that they have that are different from the other one. And so in order to keep that separate, you give them another name.
So this could be basically it's the same recipe as an orange cream, but somebody else did it.
Same recipe, but these are mine. I isolated these.
Okay.
So
I mean, that's a good name. It's like you asked me what to name them. This is a good name.
Yeah, it was Richard from the Tarantula Collective.
Okay.
He was on a live stream once, and I was trying to figure out what to name these so that people didn't get them confused. And he recommended freckled gingers, and I loved it, so I stuck with it.
I like it. I'm gonna talk to him. He's got some good names.
He does.
Oh, I wanted to show you guys since we have a new patron. I forgot. So I made this a while ago and then updated it. So these are my Patreon subs.
Oh,
nice.
cool.
It's bigger. Let's see. I'm going to do the scroll like real people do. Scroll of the names. I have to save some. I have some space left for one more. I have a whole board here.
Very cool.
So all handmade. You know how I do things.
that's awesome.
That's present and past. Some people, whatever, they had to go, they did something, that's fine. But we have present and past patrons on there, and I'm excited and grateful for everybody.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, speaking of things that we handmade or whatever, I love that we can just keep reading the same thing with different recipes. Oh, who's this?
I'm gonna see if we can get something out of the witch's brew.
Oh, okay.
I can see a few of them on the waffle. They're going after the waffle rather than the dog food, so that's cool.
Is it actually waffle batter?
Yeah. This is the waffle. This is the waffles that I made for myself. I split one of the waffles with the bugs.
Is that a seashell as a food dish?
It's a food dish. Yep.
Awesome.
Scallop shell.
That's one of the things that I picked up maybe from your channel that I saw that I really liked, because it looks good and it's just cool. It's just, and then if they decide to chew on it, maybe they can
do anybody any harm.
get some chew on that and get some calcium.
Right. And it's shallow enough.
Nanette, leave that mess alone, Nanette.
Wally will get there.
We're sending Wally in, Nanette.
Before Thanksgiving. I'll clean it up before Thanksgiving. I promise.
Do not eat that waffle.
Do not eat, Nanette. Don't eat that waffle.
Who's skulking around your kitchen in a hoodie with the hood up?
I've got little pieces of beetle in my teeth.
Oh, gross. Gross, Wally. Rus looks like a duck. What?
It's because the floating duck from StreamYard is right on my head.
Oh.
I didn't go pro. I have to go pro so I can get that off of there. It would be the ISO Buddies logo if it wasn't the StreamYard. Let's see.
It would cost you $1 to remove the duck.
I love ducks. If we get 3 more patrons, we'll get rid of that. So Rus isn't a duck head anymore.
And now you have the duck head.
That's okay. I love ducks, so I'll take it.
I don't mind having a duck on my head as long as it behaves itself.
Unlike your garter snake.
Yeah.
I will say I hate StreamYard for one reason, and that's because of all the ads that I get on YouTube. Every time I click a YouTube video, it's a StreamYard ad. And Dana from StreamYard, I hope you have IBS or something. I don't know. I'm so sick of hearing your voice. And that song, like I get the songs, the music stuck in my head. Because every video I click on, it's like StreamYard, and there's another one that you already use it. You already pay for the service, and now they're giving you ads still until you die. Yeah. It's like, come on. Probably because I'm not paying, right? I'm not paying to use it. I'm afraid.
Probably. Once you pay for it, then they're not so concerned, yeah.
At some point, you clicked on it. At some point.
Yeah, to check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost the bug cam.
Uh-oh. It just kicked out?
It just kicked out on its own. I didn't do that.
Oh.
Let's put Sheila back on stage here. The bloodworms and the mysis are the big hit.
Wow. What are they not touching?
It looks like the Mountain Dew is not a hit. I think that's the Mountain Dew.
Is it because it's too dry?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, the one on the top, I guess the far left, the clear one in the far left next to the bloodworms is the caramel apple soda, which is delicious, by the way. If you guys are by a Cracker Barrel, go get some. It looks expensive on the thing, but it's not compared to other like premium sodas. It's not. It's like $1.50, I think, per bottle. You pay more than that for a Pepsi at the gas station.
Steve-O says, don't give your ants caffeine this late.
Yeah, they're already manic. Like, they're crazy. So this thing is just going to stay in here until they clean it out. I'm just going to leave it in there because getting all of those ants off of that silicone thing, oof. Now, I paint miniatures. If anybody's watching this that does Dungeons and Dragons and paints miniatures, this is what I use as a paint palette. Because once your paint, you can leave it, and then once the paint dries, you just pop the thing out, and it just comes right out. The little dried paint residue just pops right out of this.
Is it just a pop it?
Just like a thing. Yeah. So I popped all the ones that I'm not using up for this particular project. But it's the 11 waffle from Stranger Things because, I'm a huge fan. Wait, did we get him back? I think we got him back. Nope, devices not connected. Sorry, Rus.
Well, I'm working on it. I think I
Okay.
might almost be back in.
I will say I appreciate that you're doing this for me, so you have the technical difficulties and not me.
Yeah, I figured I would just take the lion's share of the technical.
Question.
Usually it's me, so
Were you in my
What,
kitchen?
No, that was Crystal. That was
don't eat that
Crystal.
waffle. Hi,
Don't eat
Nanette.
that waffle. God, don't eat that waffle.
Why?
Believe me, if I've ever told you one thing not to do, that's it right there.
Crystal, don't touch the waffle.
Emily's a 3D printer. Emily, put your link in the comments. I have a 3D printer too. I want to know what characters you're printing. Are you on Etsy? Are you the one printing the characters from the cartoon on your Etsy? Because I almost bought those. I just don't want to take the time to print them.
Oh,
Well, you sound just like Julia Childs. That's Elaine Smith.
You mean normally? Like right now, do I sound like Julia Childs?
what were you doing?
You're gonna need a little more sherry. So
Yes. We'll get there. If we go another couple of hours, I'll sound just like her.
Nanette, everyone's saying don't eat the waffle.
What were you doing down in the kitchen?
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know, but he's a brave man. He's a brave man.
Well, he better get it cleaned up tonight.
I told him not to use your spoon, Nanette. He did not listen.
Nope.
Oh, great. My dishes?
I mean, it's
You've
not
never-
anything.
You've never made waffles before. What the heck did you do down there?
It was a hit, except with me.
It was a hit. Oh, it looks like I lost 2 ants to the syrup.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean? What happened?
I can see an ant in there that doesn't look like they're feeding. It looks like they're stuck. So
An ant?
I'm
Yes,
okay
it
with
is.
it. Maybe 2. I'm okay with it. It's weird that you get like, I get attached. I'm like, oh no, I'm down an ant out of 5,000. What do I do?
Is that a Pop-It toy?
That
It
is
is.
a Papa toy.
It's a waffle poppet toy.
Emily, if I can help, just let me know. Just PM me.
I gotta say that was genius
Oh,
to
well,
use the
yeah,
waffle poppet toy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Emily, I want your stuff in the comments so that you can maybe someone will look at your stuff and maybe make a
Yeah.
sale. You know,
Absolutely.
is it not working, Russ? Did we give up or did you get it?
I think
Got
it's back in. Is it?
Let me get Sheila out. Yeah, I see it. I see it. There we go. Oh, hi, Nanette. Everybody say hi to Nanette.
Hi.
What's your shirt say? Choose kind.
Choose kind. It's for work.
Love it. Love it.
Share a smile.
Such a great message.
Okay.
There
They're
we
not-
go.
There's not a whole lot of them eating it, but I see 2 of the Porcellia ornatus on the waffle and ignoring the dog food.
You're feeding waffles.
Let me see if I can mute
The
this
powder.
mic.
Yeah.
I think that helped. Yeah, I need to remute the
Wanna
mic.
pull
Sorry.
that chair up?
This is kind of weird.
What's weird? The waffles?
Yeah.
The
It
isopod
is
eating
weird.
waffles?
That is a 200% increase in isopod activities from last year. Remember all the
Whole scenario here. My kitchen with waffles. This is strange.
It's like they should start eating any minute now.
yeah, an hour and a half later,
Any
nothing.
minute now.
Hour and a half
Yep.
later, nothing.
One of the differences is this time I kept the isopods in their own enclosures rather than putting them in something else.
Ooh, smart. You didn't stress
Yeah.
them out. That's good.
Is he really feeding it a waffle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. That's a piece of waffle. The red thing is a piece of dog food.
It's the Kodiak brand whole wheat waffles from Costco.
Oh.
You buy the mix and you mix them up and cook them yourself, but
Okay.
they like it.
And you made waffles with what?
What were you talking about? Me?
You. I have no waffle mix.
Try it. See if you can name that powder.
I'm not touching that thing. You already told me not to, and so
Yeah,
have several
don't.
other people.
Don't. If you go crazy with syrup, it might not be bad, but it's pretty floppy. Like Wally made a really, I think it was described as flaccid waffle.
And judging by the look on Wally's face when he tasted it, I don't know. I wouldn't go for it.
No.
It's gonna need syrup
Supreme
and maybe
Isopod chow and cricket flour waffle mix.
Mm.
Cricket powder
You
might
put
have been
that
good.
in my waffle iron?
Might have been a good thing. Cricket powder.
Wally's
Yeah,
gonna give
same.
thanks that he's not paralyzed at his Thanksgiving.
I'm seeing capital letters. Do not eat that
Do
waffle.
not. No.
You're gonna get the slap chop while for Christmas. You're getting the slap chop.
You've never made waffles before.
And I did a darn good job of it.
I got the superworms going after the waffles now.
Oh, what are we feeding superworms to?
I use superworms for a lot of my invertebrates, like my vinegaroon and my scorpions and stuff,
Okay.
as well as our leopard gecko and our cresties sometimes get them, and a lot of my spiders eat them.
Frank?
Very cool.
No.
But the superworms really love waffles. Apparently, they're really going after it.
Nanette is snake is coming your way. Wally's getting Nanette a new waffle iron for Christmas. Guys, what's your favorite part in the audience? What's your favorite part of the Thanksgiving? What's your go-to like dish that you're just gonna clean out? I will tell you mine. Go ahead, Wally.
Well,
Go ahead.
no, I'll tell you mine just real quick. The canned cranberry sauce. It has to, when you open the can and you pour it into the saucer, it has to look like the can still.
That's the one?
cranberry sauce.
I prefer that to my mother-in-law's. So she won't watch this, but her cranberry sauce is homemade and it is awful. It is. Oh my gosh. She caught me adding sugar to it one year and had a meltdown. And I was like, then I'm not eating it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. My policy now is I'm 49. I'm not here to impress you. I'm not.
Somebody has to slurp out of the can.
Green bean casserole, sausage bala, pies, stuffing. I don't know.
Pies.
What is
Gambit,
sausage bala? Or is that bala? Sausage is pretty bala, I gotta say. I'm so hip. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Okay, our thumper is eating. Apparently, is a hamburglar. That's the that's the hamburglar noise, isn't it? Who did we get? Oh, we got another camera. Okay, hold on. Let's take this one out. Add this one in. Oh,
Corn
gosh.
casserole. That's a hit here.
Desert beetles are going to town.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the superworm beetle enclosure.
Okay.
You can see the superworms and the larvae are all going after it. Can you see the larvae too?
Yeah, yeah. It's alive in that corner over there.
And I just put it in there, so a few minutes from now, this will just be covered.
Now, you don't have anything on these. Is this actually waffles or is it the powder?
This is
That's a waffle.
This is the Kodiak waffle mix.
You can see the ridges on it. That's a cooked waffle.
Yeah.
And you don't have anything on it, right?
Right. It's just plain.
Well, that's no good. You need lots of butter and syrup.
I wonder how they would go after that.
You got to put some Lickamade powder on there.
Fun dip waffle.
Fun dip is another one that, yeah. My grandma makes a dessert called green stuff. Favorite part of Thanksgiving. Do you guys, Wally, you might remember this. Wally and Nanette and maybe Russ, our generation. Like, do you remember?
Wally, you're old. You'll remember this.
People at family get-togethers would have like the punch bowl with it had like gin and Green River soda and ice cream floating in it, like balls of vanilla ice cream. Do you remember this?
that.
So-
Our family wasn't much of a drinking family, but I remember those big bowls, huge bowls,
Yeah,
and the sherbet in there. Yes,
it was sherbet with the punch, like a green.
Yep.
Right. It might not have been green.
absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't know what that was when I was 10. I just saw ice cream floating in soda. So my cousin and I, who was 9, we grabbed a big glass and filled it and then snuck off to grandma's room because we just knew we weren't allowed to have any. So we were like throwing up blitzed at 9 and 10.
Oh,
So,
my gosh.
but you know, hey,
Oh.
the 80s were a hell of a time. So it was
So
pretty
did that
wild.
completely turn you off on drinking for a while, or ice cream or something?
Turned me off for 11 years to drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't care about the ice cream. It wasn't. Did we lose Russ again?
Oh, no, I'm here, but we lost the superworm cam.
Okay. All right. Good.
That was probably enough superworm cam, but that was fun.
Probably.
It was fun to see that they liked the waffle so much.
The one was going crazy at the end. There was one
Yeah.
larva that was like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, Julie had the same thing. Passed out on the floor. Sherbet punch is so good.
Oh,
The punch bowls. Yeah, nobody even has a punch bowl anymore. Who does that? Nobody does that anymore.
no. Do you have a big punch bowl?
No.
No. Does Jackie,
Yeah.
your sister? No.
Mom used to make punch like that. Fruity and sherbet floating around the top. I have her punch bowl now. Oh, sausage balla was sausage balls, guys. So that's a little different. I still don't know what that is, but I mean, it sounds pretty self-explanatory. A ball of sausage sounds good. Oh yeah, Sheila, look at that. She does not care about the honey today.
She's got more options.
Oh, somebody's got bee pollen.
Oh.
There's an ant right by the honey that has a chunk of bee pollen. I know no one else can see it. No one else can see it, but I'm like, ooh. And they're taking it back to the nest. That's cool.
Wow.
You can see the difference in size. There's a major coming up in the top right corner. You can see the difference in
size.
Oh,
yeah. I see it. I knew immediately which one you were talking about.
Yeah, they don't do any work. They don't. Their job is to defend. They don't do anything.
Is she just coming to get a snack? Is that what she's doing?
No, the other ones will feed her. So they have a communal stomach. So they will. These guys or these girls just really eat the carbohydrates. They don't have any use for protein because they're full grown, right? So they just do the sugars and the carbs. So they will. The ants that are in there, the regular ants, will put it in the communal stomach, social stomach, and then they'll go, regurgitate it back, kind of like bees. Well, exactly like bees.
Yeah.
They'll regurgitate it to the majors and to the larva. Some of the stuff they'll take back to the larva, like the protein stuff, they'll take right back to them.
Okay.
For more girls. Yeah, the colony's at a size now that I'm nervous about nuptial flights, but I'm hearing that that's not really a thing in captivity. Because I can't. Can you imagine having a flight of hundreds of queens and kings just in my house? Just
yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, I would need a lawyer and some hockey referee, hockey goalie gear.
What stops them in captivity?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's like environmental cues, but I don't know for sure.
Like there could be photoperiod things or humidity, temperature variation, things like that.
Yeah, like consistent stuff that is that I just don't get indoors. So, like barometer we get obviously, but yeah, the temperature and the humidity fluctuation isn't really. It's so dimmed down in your house that it's so different. Moon is 62 years old. Everybody's coaching everybody. I keep the superworm semi-moist. That's a good idea.
Yeah, someone was asking about that.
Huh?
I keep thinking Wally's vaping.
Oh, because
toothbrush.
Wally's vaping.
Can you go grab that toothbrush for me?
I don't. I just go.
Did you miss a piece? Anybody want a cat? Free shipping. Free shipping. Hi, Widget. Hi. How you doing? I was trying to pet him like aggressively and to get him to go away, and he loves it. He just like the rougher the better. Huh? You want to say hi to the people? There we go. You want some waffle? I don't ever hold him like this, so his eyes are, I don't know, you can see his pupils are like huge.
What?
He's like, why are we doing this? Are you putting me in the bathtub again? No, not tonight.
I think everybody in the chat should now start calling that cat Waffles.
Waffles. It's not far off. His name's Widget. So
yeah.
No, his name is Waffles.
His name is Waffles. Sorry, bud. Your name's Waffles now. Yeah. He's giving me a dirty look. He's like, it is not. These guys are 1 day older. Him and his brother are 1 day older than my daughter.
Oh my
and that's
God.
why we have them. So Waffles the cat. I mean, that's fair. We stole this whole idea from Frank, so this is a good idea.
Yeah, that's true.
Wally, what's your favorite? You said the cranberry sauce. Nanette, what's your favorite part of Thanksgiving dinner?
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes, not the pie, just sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
Now, do you like sweet potatoes over that corn casserole?
Yes.
Really?
Okay.
What's on your sweet potato?
We're gonna have a butternut squash casserole too.
Ooh, hey,
We're so lucky.
that sounds really good. What goes on the sweet potatoes, Nanette?
Marshmallows and lots of brown sugar.
That's like a dessert on your plate with.
They're very good. They're my favorite.
Reno 911 sweet potato scene. No, I don't.
We usually get.
I don't either.
Oh no, you're gonna ruin it for me.
Well, what was your What was your thing, Russ?
We usually have shrimp cocktail. It's kind of a weird tradition for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
But we usually do that.
I like that. We used to have lobster at my buddy's house. My mom would always be like, "Where are you going?" So I gotta go have lobster. Sorry. You want me to stay? Get some seafood on the table. I don't know what to tell you.
Real traditional Thanksgiving. That's so neat of you.
Yeah, I like the non-traditional things.
Yeah.
Now, as a former chef, like my family won't let me do the turkey, and it's insane to me. I'm getting so upset about it this year. I don't know why it's bothering me this year more than other years. I got assigned. Oh, let's see if anybody can guess what I got assigned to do for Thanksgiving this year. That I've decided to go full out. Ooh, I wish I had the rolls.
Yeah.
I have Val's aunt's recipe. I'm
You're
sorry.
not making the Jello, are you?
No Jello. What was it, Russ?
Are you doing the pies?
I'm not doing pies. No, I'm not a baker.
Are you doing a
Actually,
big?
Not a baker.
Are you doing a big punch bowl with sherbet and
In honor of Grandma.
Waffles?
This is Grandma. Waffle stuffing.
Are you
I got
making the
this.
stuffing?
No, stuffing is my specialty. Like the stuffing is my thing that I make every year. But they asked me to make mashed potatoes.
503 guessed it right before you said that.
nice, nice?
I may have complained about it the other
How do
day
you
as
make
well.
them?
I'm gonna use heavy whipping cream, and what the secret? Here's the secret to mashed potatoes: you put whatever you want in them. I use a lot of butter. I go hefty butter, and now I go with that Irish, the Irish Kelly, I think is the name of the brand. But you put them through the ricer. You boil them, and then you put them through your ricer, and they get so. Then you just fold them. You don't whip them or anything like that. You just kind of fold them in with a spatula. So if you don't know what a ricer is, Google it. It's like a big garlic press. So you can put your potato chunks through that, still hot, and then you're going to fold in all the stuff that you're going to have. Like, so we're going to have heavy whipping cream, roasted garlic, and chives, just basic. And then I bring Parmesan cheese to, they're really good with Parmesan.
I want some of your mashed potatoes.
Yeah. It's easy. It's easy. You just it's like an extra step. That's it. So, yeah, I'm a little bougie with whatever I cook for Thanksgiving. Christmas, I'm worse. So Christmas, I just get to bring like snacks. So I'll be posting some pictures and recipes for deviled eggs. So
Everybody's saying whatever you make, just put bacon in it.
I was gonna put bacon, and I stopped myself because my mother-in-law she'll freak out if there's something to chew inside something soft. So just for her, I won't do it. I may bring them on the side, maybe bacon bits on the side, so you can just stir it in yourself or sprinkle it. Actually, that's a good idea.
Adam can't stand turkey.
Can't stand turkey. Which one's Adam? Oh, Adam, down at the bottom. The guy named Adam?
Yeah.
I make an amazing turkey. All 3 times I made it, and my turducken was out of control good.
You actually did make a turducken?
Just the breasts. I just used the breasts. And I'll be honest, I completely lucked out because I totally I used the breast, but I winged it. So I got the turkey breast, the chicken breast, and then and they're all skinned and deboned and everything. But I butterflied out the chicken and the turkey, and then the duck breast was in the middle. So I don't know what you know about turducken, but you want the duck breast to be like medium in the middle. You want the whole thing to be cooked medium, and that's when it's perfect. So it was turkey breast. Then I made a mixture of herbs and a butter that went in as a layer, and then Italian sausage, and then chicken breast, and then herbs and butter and Italian sausage, and then the duck breast.
Wow.
So it was really a turduck porkin.
Tursa chick saw din. Let me try to get that written down and then say it with the Italian accent, the cartoon Italian accent I use. Yeah, but it was perfect, and it got destroyed. Everybody's making fun of it, and it got just destroyed. It was so good.
Oh, it sounds good.
Pork fat rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam, that's what I was thinking. I was wondering if maybe it was too dry, the turkey.
Yeah, you got to get a moist one, Adam. I can send you some tips. So, or actually, if you want tips, guys, here's what you do. If you want a great moist turkey, like a regular turkey, get a thermometer and make sure it's cooked just to temp. But you want to get under the skin. You want to get butter and herbs and whatever seasoning you want in I make like a butter paste almost, and then I push that up under the skin of everywhere I can get it. And then you roast it. Putting the seasoning on the skin is a barrier. So for stuff to get to the muscle, so it keeps everything out. So you're not seasoning the turkey, you're seasoning the skin. So you better have good gravy. So yeah, that's the tip. That's my tip. And then they have those injectors now too. You can get those giant needles and inject it with garlic butter or Cajun seasoning or whatever. That's okay. Son makes a Gordon Ramsay turkey recipe. Brining the turkey is really good. That'll help it stay moist too. And you can make your own brine or buy kits or whatever you want to do. Just the tip to brining is cover the whole turkey. Keep it completely submerged. Deviled eggs. 30-pound turkey.
Wow.
That's
We had some of those in the backyard.
Yeah. 8 or 10 of them. Yeah.
30-pound turkey. You guys have turkeys in your backyard?
Oh, huge turkeys.
Was it the wild flocks?
Yeah, they'll run through every 3 or 4 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty excellent. You
You
guys
get them right in the yard. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We'll see them up in the
Seen 'em go
canyon
from
here once
when
in a
they've
while.
had babies grow up and come back and forth, and we've watched them get bigger and bigger.
That's cool.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what a baby turkey looks like. Now I'm gonna have to Google that.
Oh,
When we get
they're
up.
cute. They're little.
Which is wild because they're so big. Turkeys are way bigger in person than you would think.
Oh yeah.
Not something you want to mess with either.
Mm-mm. We had a couple came right up on the patio last week. They're huge.
You just let them. It's like a bear came.
Dog was not real impressed.
We were baiting them. I want to grab one. I want to grab a 30-pounder.
Please film that. Please film you running out to grab a live turkey. Please.
It's a lot less expensive than going to the store.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
A little
getting.
more involved.
Jordan
but-
didn't have
Well-
bigger.
How good is your insurance? Because you got to factor in the ER visit.
Yeah.
So I feel like a turkey would jack you up if you're not prepared.
My father raised turkeys down in Tennessee, and one got out, and I had to open the gate and shoo it back in, and it came up, and it did this, and I don't know how it missed me because it was head high, scratching away, and that was bad.
Mm.
Oh,
Turkeys in the backyard the other day. 2 of them flew up into the tree area where
Yep.
they're flying.
And I've got to say, as God is my witness, I saw turkeys fly.
God is your witness.
Nobody.
Nobody
They
knows.
fly- yeah. We know what you're talking about.
All right.
Male turkeys can be very stubborn and territorial. That makes sense. Dino's going to be back. Domestic dinos. That's good. Yeah, domestic turkeys probably not a big deal, but wild turkeys, yeah, they're not as friendly as you would hope. I'm still watching that Life on Our Planet with the Morgan Freeman
Yes.
on Netflix. So they got to the point where they're talking about how birds are the leftover dinosaurs, and it's pretty wild. That part's pretty wild. So it's kind of cool to think that the birds that we have today are all evolved from flightless birds, basically, because that's who made it. So that's who made it through the meteor, right?
Yes. I'm kind of curious. Anybody else in the chat, have you seen this show? And what is your view on the show, Josh?
I like it mostly. I hate that Morgan Freeman pronounces cephalopods. It drives me crazy. But that was only like the first episode. But it was every third word. He's like, blah, 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 cephalopods, blah, blah, blah.
No, the
cephalopods.
cephalopods.
And it's like, stop. Someone tell Morgan Freeman that's not how you say it. So I was mad. I did want him to say, I remember the first time Andy Dufresne, the cephalopod, walked onto the set. That's a really bad Morgan Freeman. I apologize.
That was pretty good.
Morgan, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Humans are neotenic apes. I don't know what that word means.
Neotenic means retaining characteristics of infancy or juvenilehood. So
Okay.
Like
That
we
makes
don't have as much hair as another ape does, for example, and our heads are larger in proportion to our body and things like that.
We're kind of pathetic. Like we can't climb trees right away.
Like
So-
neoteny is the noun for the state of neotenic is the adjective, neoteny is the noun, and axolotls are neotenic salamanders, for example. We're neotenic apes.
Ah, I was thinking about getting an axolotl. See, that's something cool to learn. I didn't think of myself as a baby gorilla, but I could see that. I could see that.
Wow.
Many turkeys running around apartments. What? All that wildlife fled as they cut everything down. Oh my god. Subliminal messaging makes me want to watch the documentary. It's good. It's a good documentary. I'm sad the CGI is not better. They were really like talking about this CGI, and it's like okay. I don't see it any better as Walking with Dinosaurs, which is like 20 years old.
Right. And there's not much of it, and they use the same clips consistently throughout.
Yeah, so that part is like, but the footage they got of like animals today is pretty cool, and to see the animals that made it through everything, like
I agree.
isopods.
My biggest point is that they used way too much now footage, animals right now.
Yeah,
Just first, I wish they would have covered, humans, evolution, things like that a little bit more.
they probably didn't want some blowback from the creationists. They can be pretty upset about things.
Yeah.
So, believe me, I know. I've had this conversation around the Thanksgiving table.
Okay.
It's almost
You
like
guys
Russ is
have a great
language.
Thanksgiving. I've got homework.
All right, Annette, don't clean that kitchen.
Happy
Thanks for cleaning
Thanksgiving.
the kitchen.
We'll see you for SDOCC 12.
Oh, you will.
We will. Speaking of, Wally, when's that start? When's the 12 SDOCC?
Oh my gosh. 12 Supreme Days of Christmas starts Friday. It starts Friday. So there's a schedule out on the webpage, 12 Supreme Days of Christmas webpage. But it all starts Friday. We kick off the show. We'll be doing some giveaways Friday. And we'll continue through just about every other day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the live stream giveaways. And then in between those days, we'll have the how to enter for that day. So it's going to be crazy this year. Last year, I thought it was crazy. We had just, if you don't mind, I'll kind of bring this up. We had a little over 200 gifts last year from 100 donors. This year we had a little over 100 donors, but we have 350 gifts.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So in 12 days, we're giving away 350 gifts. So I think that's pretty good odds. The thing, and I think some people know how, and the hard part here for me is to kind of judge the success of this event, and it's hard for me to promote it without knowing and saying some of these numbers, like the over 200 gifts last year, over 350 this year, and especially the money, because the money is part of it, but it's kind of not. The main focus of this whole event is just the sharing, bringing the community together. I said this before in one of my live streams. I did a show a couple of weeks ago and had somebody stop by the table talking, and somebody else came up and they were waiting to say hi. And the first person said something about the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. The second person, oh, I watched it too. All of a sudden I was off helping some other customer, and 20 minutes later, they're still talking together, never had met before. And that's the cool part of seeing stuff like that happen.
Yeah.
So it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. We try to make it fun. But we have this giveaway where we're giving away 12 days during, the end of November and through December, all the way up until, Christmas Eve. And every night of the giveaway, we're giving away anywhere from 15 to 35 gifts through the whole event. And I mentioned last year we were, I think I mentioned, maybe I didn't, we were over $30,000 in gifts given away by the donors.
Yeah.
It's unfathomable. So because of a little bit of a slowdown in the economy and everything, I was hoping that we would come, to try to be respectable and try to be as close to last year as we possibly could. I was hoping maybe 20,000. If we could generate enough interest to keep about 20,000. Well, we went over the $30,000 mark quite a while ago. So this is going to be a wild ride this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we have some pretty cool gifts. We have garter snakes, we have tarantulas, we have jumping spiders, we have gift certificates to all kinds of isopod and invertebrates. I've seen many people, if you have donated, if you don't mind, if you have donated to the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas, just put "I donated" in the comments, if you would, please, just for a little bit of recognition.
There's so many people. Yeah, we've got, what do we got already? We've got Menagerie, and there's a gecko guy. I missed his name. Where's he at? Oh, shoot. Gambit Geckos.
Just 503. I'm just kind of going down the list here. IR Thumper.
Donated. Emily
Ross.
Springtails.
Rus, who's donated several years. Wonderful gifts. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh.
Look at all these people. It's like everybody.
It's a blast. And we try to keep it as fair as we possibly can and distribute the gifts and just have a good time.
I should donate. I will send you mother-in-law jokes. We could donate that. All right, we'll donate some.
Absolutely.
Some inappropriate jokes for the table around Christmas, and it'll make the kids laugh. So there you go. We'll put that.
Crazy Bugs and Pods. Thank you very much. Wow.
Oh, Lucha looks like he's trying to donate there. That's good. Now, I will say that while the money's not like the point of it, I think that mentioning it or acknowledging it is really a good metric of how much people are willing to put into this and put into the community and what a success this endeavor is. The fact that you'd have so many, I mean, it's a lot of people, it's spread over a lot of people, but to have that much money, you said, is well over $30,000 this year already. And that just blows my mind. Like, how many years have you been doing this? How many years now?
We've been doing it this is our 12th year. There was a time where a few years ago that I took a 2 or 3 year break because of work, but this is our 12th year. It started, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I decided I'll tell this story real quick, then we'll move on. But I was in the car one day and thinking about doing some kind of a donation because I think the previous night there was some back and forth. There's always back and forth on Facebook and in social media and everything, some bad stuff. So I thought, I want to donate something. I want to give something back to the community. So I was going to do a giveaway around Christmas, and I was going into work and heard the 12 Days of Christmas. And I thought, I could do that. I could give 12 gifts away. And kind of started thinking about that and got back, home and put together a spreadsheet and came up with about, $250 or something of gifts from Supreme Gecko and had a little 12 Supreme Days of Christmas. Then the next year we had 3 or 4 people out of the blue say, hey, I want to be involved too. And then the third year, it was pretty much everybody else. And I would contribute a gift here or there, but
yeah,
since like the third year, it's been donor supported almost completely.
I have a request now for a donation. So this is the 12th year of 12 SDOC. My request that you donate this yourself, Wally.
Yeah.
I want
waffles
you to donate. No. This is way more better than waffles. Way more better. You need to donate that original spreadsheet of what you were donating, and it will get it framed. I know you have it.
I'll have to look. I bet you I do. I know I was going out yesterday and I saw some of the older ones, but I'll check. If I can find it, I'll put it out.
Spreadsheet? Who would enter to win that spreadsheet in a frame, in a small Walmart frame, with the family behind the spreadsheet, like the original family in the frame behind the spreadsheet?
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
Signed. It needs to be signed as well by you and Nanette.
Done. If I can find that, I'll go ahead and print it out.
That would be like, in our hobby, that would be like one of the Dead Sea Scrolls. It would just be great. I would.
Interesting.
I'm going to enter for that Chicago style like 12 times.
Enter early, enter often.
Okay, Andrew Ray, Russ, Emily Wilson, everybody's down. Everybody's down for that. So lurking popped out of the woodwork to say that they would do it. So that's awesome. Yeah, I just think it's such a great event, and I don't mind taking, whatever time out of even this show. And I try to spread those links around. So to the point of being spam, like it's because it's worth it. It's worth it. So if you want to, are there any ants up for grabs?
I can't, unless you want to donate, unless you want to grab a handful right now and put them in a little baggie and send them forward.
I can give a handful. I have this tiny colony. They're not doing very well, but I have this tiny colony. That's all I have that's like extra.
Which species is that?
This is, oh my gosh, it's a Formica species. I don't exactly know which one. I haven't been able to get good enough pictures from my people to, one of the guys I know is he's a young guy, 18, who is he's a budding entomologist. He works in 3 different labs and maintains their ant colonies.
Oh yeah, you've had him on the show.
Yeah, Josh Christinet.
Yeah.
So he has not been able to identify them yet. So they're going to feast tonight because I have all kinds of things to give them. But they're a Formica species. I don't remember what we had. We had it down to 3. But I found 4 queens in 2 days. Just in my area. And so I wasn't planning on it. So I would just I walked up to my friend's house and there was one on his stoop walking, on the sidewalk. And so I grabbed it and was like, hey man, I need a cup with whatever. He's like, I don't have like a Dixie cup. I said, I'll give you a cup back. Like, give me a glass, give me a jelly jar, something. He had nothing. So I had to empty out. I don't know why, but in my trunk, I had like an empty isopod bin. So one of the smaller starter bins. So I dumped that out and put him in there. Put her in there, and then I was out at my mom's, and there was one on her stoop, and I'm like, Mom, I need this because of whatever. Then I had 2 here on 2 different days. I had one the first day. That was the first one I found, and I ran inside and put it. My wife's like, what are you doing? Why are you running in the house with something? Oh, God, it's pinching your fingers, isn't it? She was like, she knew right away. She's like, oh, there's another bug in my house. So I didn't know she just saw the canopy the other day. Like she had seen it but didn't know what it was. She thought it was a decoration because it has these jewel things hanging from it. She saw it had these like
she discovered
little ornaments, right?
Yeah.
So she stepped up to look at it and see and was like, wait a minute, these ants can get out on that thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I had to explain to her like all the safety precautions that I have in place. So she's like, yeah, but you said they still get out. I was like, yeah, some of them, I mean,
Some
here
of
and
them.
there. Yeah, some of them.
Once in a while.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Somehow they've never gone upstairs when they escaped, even when I had the big escape. But I think ants would be a good one. But that's a commitment. Trying to get ants on your thing is a big commitment.
Well, that's one thing that we've struggled with in the past is, somebody entering, okay, somebody's donated a Chihuahua. And then, like, everybody wants a $600 Chihuahua. So and how do you guarantee that somebody is going to take care of an animal like that? One thing that we'll do this year is we're going to have care sheets available so that it's readily available to kind of learn about those animals.
That's good. That's good. Because I did think that might have been a barrier. Like, I saw people... I don't know everybody in the community, but I saw people that I had no idea who they were entering to win, like lychees or chihuahuas, and it was like, who are you? Like, what are your credentials?
And I say that over and over and over. Don't go in for this unless you really know what you're doing and really want this animal. So,
yeah, and I think that just winning, I would wait a minute to contact them to tell them to hold on to it for a second if you can, because I need to set something up.
Yep.
So because there's so many amazing animals that were last year and the year before, and I think the year before. I've only been around for 3 years for it. This will be year 4. So I just think there's so many amazing animals that it's just crazy. Lychees are awesome poop monsters. Frank, their foreskins not foreskins. they're scrotums. I'm sorry. They're so cool. They're just like that, I don't know, loose skin. They're like that loose skin around some stuff. Yeah, that's my sorry, Russ. That's my joke for you got an extra joke in there, but that's my joke for these guys. That is true with any organism. Nah, Rod, it's more true for the lychees. It's more true for the go grab a lychee right now.
I think he's talking about the fact that you need to make sure you're ready to care for any organism. I think that's what Rob's trying to
sorry.
Yep.
I'm just getting way too far into what's going on with lychees. Sorry, Rod. Rod Sprague. It's the holiday. I'm going to say it correctly. I'm going to say it correctly for him. It's like egg. He checks me every time because I try to say it wrong on purpose. It's part of what I do. Agreeing on sentiment. Yeah, you should really be into what you're bidding on. Like, don't just bid to bid. Are we getting a lot of more artwork this year?
We are. We're getting a ton of artwork. Surprisingly, I bet you we have, I want to say 30 or 40 pieces of art. Just from everybody. It's incredible.
I should reach out to that Emily Burke and see if she would donate. She's an artist that I met at NARBC a couple years ago, and she's awesome. She does a lot of animal art and is so good.
You know Adeline? Do you know Adeline from NARBC? She's done so many amazing pieces of art. She has donated to the giveaway. She's donated in the past. She's donating again.
Yeah. Let me know if there's ever a Velvet Ant giveaway. That would be a rough one. Velvet Ants, I feel like, again, like they're awesome, but not knowing how old they are is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Just having that rough. I still want them. Don't get me wrong. Are you able to ship those Velvet Ants? Are they on a
as far as I know, they're not like regulated by APHIS as far as I know, because they're not plant pests.
I'm gonna have to look into that then because I really want them. My only problem would be keeping heat on them down here. So the heat is really a difficult thing to do. I had to almost seal my blue tongue skinks tank to keep the heat in it. Like there's not as much aeration as there might be because it just goes so fast. It's hard to keep a basking spot for her.
Yeah, with the Velvet Ants, I use a halogen spot, and that seems to work really well. They like that.
Okay.
It keeps a nice warm spot because halogen is so concentrated. Halogen spotlight.
Yeah,
it makes a good gradient, and they seem to like it.
That's awesome. Those are good things to know. Russ, what are you? Do you have anything going on this holiday that you want to promote?
I'm not doing anything too out of the ordinary, honestly, this holiday. The only thing I can think of, I just recently started memberships on my channel. That's
memberships?
Yeah.
What does that do? I don't even know what that is.
It's an alternative to Patreon, basically, because I do Patreon, of course. But some people would rather do it in one place rather than the other. So for people who want to support through YouTube instead of Patreon, it's like Patreon, but it's the YouTube version.
Who does Patreon or YouTube membership offer you more of a cut? Like who takes more of a cut?
From the creator?
Yeah, from the donation, I guess. So
that's a good question. I'm not sure. I have to look that up.
I think it's YouTube.
YouTube takes more.
That makes
sense. It makes a lot of sense. Right now, my patron, I had to cut a lot of my other patrons out because it was just taking it out of my kitty. Because it's going to donate to help out Josh Christinat, the kid we mentioned earlier. He's having some tough times right now, so it's going to go to his. He's got a GoFundMe. I have the link on IsoBuddies if you guys want to check it out. It's definitely a worthy cause. Throw a couple bucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big deal, to make it crazy. But he's going through a lot for an 18-year-old kid. It's crazy. So, the buy me a coffee, that thing's good. Wally's got that. So you can promote or support Wally's show that way. Buy me a coffee. Promote Russ on Patreon and memberships. You have super. What are the things where they can donate during the live stream?
Oh, like super chats.
Super chats.
Yeah,
that's the thing you have to unlock too, right? That's
right.
So super chat, whatever you get, whatever way you can do, support the shows. It's nice to do. It helps a lot.
It does.
Okay. Everybody's doing little art. That's awesome. I should try to see if I can get some little stuff together for this thing. Now, okay, in closing, we're at our 1.5 hour mark. I think everybody's still here. Basically, we still have 31 viewers.
Yeah, that's
This might be
amazing.
my best video ever. Wally, you're on the far left for me. What in particular are you thankful for this year?
Oh my gosh. It's hard to think of anything beyond just family health. We were very fortunate this year in that we're just all healthy and maintaining. And we went through a struggle a couple of years ago with Nanette's mom and my
Oh,
sister, and it was a tough time. It started about right around this time. We lost our dog and Nanette's mom and my sister, but this year healthy and we're together, and I can't think of anything past that.
That's awesome. That's so good to hear. Like that's what it's about, right? That's
Yeah.
what this holiday specifically is about. Russ, you're next because you're in the middle. Monkey in the middle.
I'm going to say I'm
Sorry,
thankful.
teenage primate in the middle. Sorry.
I'm going to say connections with family, connections with friends, whether those friends are people I see every day or people who live, halfway across the country, but I get to communicate with, like I am with you two right now, and all of you in the chat. These are all connections of different kinds, but they all help to contribute to an amazing experience. So I think it's awesome that we can all connect this way.
It makes what we're into so much better.
Yeah.
That added something that I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for the internet in general because I think it's connecting people in a hobby that normally would be a little bit marginalized. You have to wait for shows or whatever to go meet up with people that are having similar interests or find a really good pet store somewhat nearby you where you can go connect with these people. I think that's offered us a huge thing to grow a community like this. That's just a big community. Like I've met so many great people that I've never met in person, but I'm legitimately friends with them. So, or barely met in person. So I don't know if you guys have ever hugged Ben Quintana, but holy cow, that's an event by itself. Like say what you will about the guy. He's a great hugger. He is a great hugger. That just, is specifically, but there's so many great relationships. And then I was going to say too, specifically, the two of you guys have helped support and actually kind of create this show and give me an opportunity to meet so many more people that I would have never met without this goofy little YouTube channel. So Wally kind of pushed me over the edge to do it. And then Russ, you guys have both been super supportive of everything I do here. So, and to be in that, to have you guys on for Thanksgiving and take time out of your holiday season, come on, it means a lot. It means a lot. And to make special waffles and eat that horrible waffle. Yeah, I don't know how you're not just like having some of that green punch to get rid of that flavor. Nanette, mix up a bowl. Where are you at?
Oh, Lord.
There's a lot of people thankful for the community. Family and friends, too. Obviously, everybody's thankful for their family. Hopefully. Not everybody, I guess. You might not be. But this community, just the Isopod community in general, has been so welcoming and positive. And like this year's the first year I started seeing things that were negative, and it really impacted me. So like I got physically upset at some of the drama that's going on in the community right now. It's really, but besides that, yeah, that's a couple of people out of I don't know how many hundreds of people that are amazing. So
move on. Keep the people that are. Here's my thought, and this has been my kind of motto this year, especially the last 4 or 5 months. Keep the people that mean a lot to you close, and the people that tend to put toxic information out there and are toxic and don't appreciate you, on social media, just drop them and don't look back. Yeah. Move on.
That's a good policy. I wish I could do that. I really wish I didn't have so much hate. No, it's true. It's true. You got to get past it and focus on the positive. There's plenty of positive out there. You don't even have to look for it. In this community, you don't have to look for it. It's there. It's obviously there. So, yeah, Wally says things pretty well. Thoughtful.
I look to my left and I say there's a lot of positivity right here. So,
yeah. What's on the left? What do you got?
You guys. I'm trying to.
Oh!
Am I going the wrong left?
No, you're
No,
good.
that's the right luck.
I thought you were looking at like a cross stitch thing on your wall, like a little cross stitch. It's like, oh, be kind. 24-hour stream. No, hard pass. I run a long show, but no, hard pass. Fellows are so uniquely different, and I love what you all offer. Oh, thanks, LF.
It's true.
I will say, yeah.
We're all uniquely different in good ways, and that's why it's so fun to be able to hang out together.
Yeah, we each have something different to bring to the table and different perspectives and different experiences. It's good. Oh, I found out today. I'll also be thankful. I got to actually be introduced to Russ's wife today, and she said she has one animal in the house. One animal is hers. I don't remember what it is though. A gecko.
Gecko, yeah.
Crested gecko and the cat. So two.
Yeah.
Yep. And she's supportive, but has given up trying to keep track of any inverts that are in the house.
Yep. She still makes sure there are no roaches and that there's only one tarantula. But other than that, she just doesn't care.
What kind of tarantula made the cut?
Brazilian blue dwarf beauty.
Ooh, that's a good choice. That is a really good choice. If you're gonna have one,
hairs, absolutely beautiful. Hard to beat.
If you're gonna have one, that's probably the one. That's one of them.
I love it.
Yeah, Wally isn't allowed to have snakes.
No
That's
snakes.
true. And that says no snakes, right?
Nope. If I bring a snake in, she leaves and she takes a credit card, and she doesn't come back until that snake is out of the house. And I know the lines. I know where it's gray. That's a black and white line right there, right down the center. Yeah, it's done deal.
Yeah. Everybody's got one. The same with Kelly. If no roaches in the house, absolutely not. No way it's happening. Doesn't matter. There do be roaches. Doesn't matter if it doesn't matter. They're not in the house. So
that's funny.
It happens. She wants a super dwarf retic pipe.
Oh, okay.
She wants one of her own, and she's going to get one eventually. But so she's okay with the snakes, but the roaches are right out.
None.
I mean, you have the little snakes already, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, she loves the snakes, but roaches no.
Roaches are awesome. Got 40. Yeah, I'm not a fan of roaches. They're great feeders, but I'm not a fan. Yeah, I had a hisser get out. I had a male hisser that was loose. I don't know whatever happened to him. Cats probably got him, but I would just I'd be over here doing a show and I hear in the corner. That's not where he's supposed to be. That is far from where he's supposed to be. I wasn't thankful for that. But I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for my audience. I'm thankful for the people that come in and watch this and spend an hour with me once a week, give or take, hour and a half. So, yeah, centipedes. I'm not thankful for centipedes. No, still no. Somebody posted pictures. Their centipede got on them, like climbed up on their head before they could do anything. Did you see this, Russ?
No, but
it was crawling on his head and he was just letting it go. Like he was trying to put the container up so it would crawl back in and it wouldn't. So it was just doing laps around his head, I guess. And then it went behind his ear and started chewing. And I thought, he's nibbling. And then he posted the pictures. There's like 2 holes behind his ear where it was just there. And I said, I don't know how that thing is still alive. That didn't. It would have at least learned how to fly that day. Like there's no way in heaven or anywhere else that would have been a situation. But yeah, no, sorry. I had to interrupt. Somebody mentioned centipedes and oh God, they are the worst. Yeah, I had
a funny. Go ahead, Russ.
Wally, go.
I had a funny story about a month ago. I was sitting at my desk and, working away. And I look, you can kind of notice things out of the corner of your eye. And you can see the tanks behind me. Yeah. I have morning geckos and a couple of other geckos back there. And I look to my right, and right by my mouse, which I've been using and not paying much attention to, just kind of move it once. Right within 2 or 3 inches, there's a little teeny tiny baby morning gecko. It's like, what? So, I put my hand down and come on, there you go. And I kind of held it for a while and it just kind of looked at me and I finally put it in its new enclosure. But it was just the weirdest thing. It was just like right there.
It's just in there. Hey, man, it's not that nice out here. Can I go back in my cage, please?
I want to play.
There's not as much free food out here as there is inside.
Look up fruit flies for me, please.
Yeah,
Look up
yeah.
fruit flies. Type
Order
in
those.
fruitflies.com. I'm hungry.
Order them now. God.
That's how I got into morning geckos, because when we lived in Hawaii, they would come in the house and lay eggs in the corners of the rooms up near the ceiling, and then just every month or so we'd have a hatch of little morning geckos, and we'd see them running down the walls and whatnot. And I just fell in love with them.
How cool is that?
When we came back here, I decided I needed to find some and get some going.
Is that where you got your first
Love
ope too?
Yeah, I got my first opaiula when I was in Hawaii, and it's stock that I brought with me back from Hawaii back in 2000. I got the stock back in 2004, and they started here. I started breeding them here in about 2007.
I have to get another tank, I think. I have to get another container for them because I have a ton now. I'm shocked at how much they bred so far.
Oh yeah, once they get going, they just don't stop.
Yes.
Yeah, and I have at least six buried females that I saw yesterday.
Yeah,
So
it's so cool. I've got, I think, 4 tanks of them now, and probably like, I don't know, who knows how many hundreds of opaiula.
I just have a little it's like a 4-gallon cube, and it's not full, but it was crazy. The numbers, I had 8. I think I started with 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I know 8 count. What am I thinking?
Better than 6 count.
Good night,
Way
Emily.
better than 6 count.
Oh, are you out? Oh, you're saying good night to somebody else? I gotta go.
Yeah, Emily's taking
Bye,
off.
Emily. I'd love to get those out to people. I need to figure out how to ship those.
They're actually pretty easy. Just let me. I'll chat with you at some point.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to ship them.
I like to spread them around because they're just such a cool, easy pet. Like the easiest pet I've ever had. Ever.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hard to beat that.
By far, and active and fun to watch. And
they talk. They're chirpy.
morning geckos. I hear. Is that them?
Probably is. Can you hear that?
Yeah. Sounds like a cricket almost.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hearing
Probably
crickets
them.
on my end. I've got crickets about 2 feet away from my computer.
Oh my gosh.
That might be it.
You hear
All
the
right,
little-
guys. Well, that's a really good cricket
That's pretty
impression.
good. It's really good.
That's cricket in Italian. That was an Italian cricket.
That was my not warmed up cricket. So next time I'll get rid of it.
That right there was impressive. I looked at the screen. I was looking over at the comments, and then I was like, wait, what? Does he have one in his hand? Sounds like a banded cricket.
It is a banded cricket. Yep.
That's a good impression. They knew which kind of cricket it was. It's now 4:21 a.m. in the UK. Well, thanks, Wendy. Get some sleep. Holy cow. That's
wow.
wild.
I'm glad Wendy joined us, but that's late.
She's been here since the beginning. So before the beginning, she was in here talking about trying to stay up. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I have done it for the German guests, but I need to do that again. We need to talk termites again. Guys, I'm going to cut it. And then, Wally, if you want to stick around, I want to talk about how to promote SDOC a little bit more. And Russ, if you want to stick around too, I mean, that's fine too. I don't know what time it is where you are. But guys, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Have a great time with your family. Pelly, if you're still here, I'm thankful for this little gnome. Pelly's making little gnomes, and they're awesome. Let me show it, actually. But yeah, guys, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for everybody in this community. Thank you so much, and have a great holiday. Please eat too much. Everyone's going to tell you not to. Go ahead.